you were a practicing attorney. How did you get to TechTV?
Let's see if I can remember that far back. So I was an attorney in Manhattan back in 1995, and you know, I partnered with someone from law school, Luke Ryder, who's working actively and successfully in Los Angeles, and he and I pitched this novel idea that there would be high-tech crime on the internet and using technology, and so we pitched a show called Cybercrime. Oh my gosh, look at that!
Here it is.
So that's. Oh, wow. Look at that. Look how dark my hair is, too.
But the rest of you is exactly the same. The love bugworm. It's funny because it feels like such a naive time. This was, what, 1999, 98?
Yes, 1999. That's right.
And
2000.
It feels like this one is from May 2000, but it wasn't the first one. It feels like such a naive time compared to today, where cybercrime is you know, rampant as a much bigger story than it was. But I guess I gather there was plenty to talk about even in 1999 and 2000.
We did. We could fill a show. We did 100 episodes, a half hour every single week, and we were there were just heaps of different stories that we could track down, and a lot of it was early days, as you pointed out, but ultimately a lot of the big concerns about cyber terrorism and some of these other kind of very important topics right now were at the kernel in our initial stage.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, no, so we were lucky to have identified that trend early on. We were able to secure cybercrime.com, which was amazing when I was able to register it back in 1997. And it's turned out to be obviously central to even what I do today when we talk about the news.
Yeah, it couldn't be more central. I mean, what a great background. And we still spend a lot of time talking about cybercrime. Almost every day we're talking about a new cybercrime. What happened to Luke?
Luke's doing well in Los Angeles. He's worked on The Blacklist, and he's worked on probably a dozen other shows where he's either an executive producer or basically running the shows.
Wow.
So he's done so well for himself.
Wow, The Blacklist is awesome.
I know, it is awesome.
So he went into fiction, and you stayed with nonfiction.
That's right. That's exactly it. And for a while, I was right there. Trying to decide at that crossroads whether I wanted to go down to Los Angeles or stay in news, and I got this great opportunity to work with CNN, and it was clear to me that that was the path, and I'm really glad that I went down that nonfiction path.
Yeah, yeah. Although I remember, were you not writing a novel? I feel like you were writing a novel, or maybe it was just scripts at the time.
You have an excellent memory. I did write a few scripts, and I did write a novel that was published as well as a nonfiction book. So the first book I wrote was nonfiction, Barman. You probably
you
interviewed
Barman.
Me on it?
That was a great book. I forgot about
you.
Your story as a law student. I loved Barman.
That's right.
Yeah.
Thank you. And then I wrote a book inspired by my wife Chris, called Lovesick, which was fiction.
Oh.
That's right. Thank you.
You were lovesick. Oh.
Well, parts of it were true. I mean, there was a crime ring of senior citizens, so that part didn't actually happen.
Now I gotta go look it up. Lovesick, a novel.
That's right.
It was Love at First Sight. Halloween, 1983. She was Princess Leia. He was Chewbacca. Determined to be more than star-crossed lovers, Andy vowed to do whatever it took to make Paige Day his bride, even if that meant dragging himself back to the small town of Crockett, California, and working for Father Gregory, the local pharmacist.
The literary genius. Yes. Thank you.
Well, it's still in print.
Yes, it is. It's still available out there. I'll sign any autograph if somebody sends it.
Oh, that's great. But you decided news was of more interest. The thing you were doing at TechTV, Cybercrime, was of more interest to you. Did you go? So you did 100 episodes. You didn't go down with the ship as I did.
You have been so successful. Why? You're always so self-effacing. Maybe that's why you've been so successful.
I wrote it into the ground, and then they bought it. The bad guys bought it and took it to Los Angeles, and they said, "Thanks, Leo, but we'll see you later."
Did you just see that Esquire TV? They're winding down, I think. So
another failure.
That's right. So because it was TechTV. No, it was ZDTV, TechTV, G4. And then
G4 TechTV briefly, then G4. Then G4 folded and became Esquire TV, partnered with Esquire. Was that them? No, I don't know. You know, they talked about it, and I think they ended up not doing it.
Okay.
Yeah, I think they lost they lost the deal. Believe it or not, you know how that happens, Hollywood.
Well, yes, very much so. But yeah, I was always interested in the news side of things, and I got an appetite for it while working on cybercrime, and had a lot of contacts in that space. And then ultimately, when I came to CNN, I was focusing on technology and the role that technology was playing in the news. But then I ultimately shifted in 2007, ahead of the 2008 election, to work in the political unit. And I was kind of
what fun.
The integration czar between TV and digital at that time, and that changed probably the course of my career.